Hello and welcome to FPRL. This is our first race of the Tier 2 season under the lights in Bahrain. It is your host, Collateral Ads, alongside. There we go. It should be. Yep, sorry about that. Yep, so I'm alongside Crosscree tonight for F2 Season 8 race, first race of the season. We've got some new people in for this year for our Tier 2 race. Some people we know, some people have been moved up, and we've got some people that have decided to worm their way back into FPRL. So we've got a couple of people coming out now on their laps. So 3.3 mile track. It consists of 15 corners. Pretty difficult circuit to get right, Crosscree. There is a lot of low traction corners. How do you think people will fare today, especially with how the game is this year, with it being a little bit more realistic than last year?
Yeah, it's going to be a struggle for some of these guys, especially on the medium. I find this year the no traction's a bit easier than the medium, so maybe the guys on the medium are going to find it a bit tough, especially out of turn 4. I find it's a very tough traction zone, and it's the all-important turn 9, turn 10. Trying to get the power right out of there is going to be crucial for that DRS zone. That could be the one to keep an eye out for during this qualifying session quickly.
We're just going on board with Yorkies making a comeback for this year after taking a little break from last year. He's just coming onto his lap now. So as he's the first one out, let's follow him with the lovely pink helmet of his. So he's just coming down onto the straight and just coming over the DRS line now. It's wide open. Let's have a look at his top speed, see what type of setup he's got. Yeah, I would say it's a little bit more on the high-end speed side. Coming into turn 1 and turn 2, this is where a lot of people are going to struggle today, especially with the traction. Coming up to the second DRS, full throttle all the way up to turn 4. Again, it's an off-camber corner, so the car just wants to drag itself out to the left. Tricky part, this is the sector 2, so it's one of them sectors that if you get it wrong, it's going to affect you all the way to sector 3. Decides to clip the inside curb there. It's going to affect his exit coming out of that corner, coming into the very tricky left-hand corner now. It's late braking, and what you want to do there is just exactly what York has done. Just clip that curb and try and keep the car as straight as possible towards the curb on the right-hand side. DRS wide open. Coming up to the hill now, so you're going to go slightly uphill. There's a slight left to a flat to right. And let's see what his middle sector time is. It's a 1:08. And here, what you want to do is just lift off a little bit. Some people do brake, but a lot of drivers tend to lift off. Coming into the back straight now. Coming into the last corner, late braking again. Try and glide that car in and aim that car towards that left-hand curb and try and keep the car as straight as possible. DRS wide open again, coming across the line. It's a solid 130.3, and then Bidley smashes it with 129.1. So a decent time there by Bidley, and 28.2 by Jock. So benchmark so far, cross screen.
Yeah, it's a great lap. It looked like Billy was the one to be on the pace, but Jacob out of nowhere sets it near enough a second quicker than Biddle himself, 28.2. He would have got a bit of help from a bit of slipstream from the two guys that did set the lap previous. That would have helped, but I didn't think it would be that much. As we have Monkey Boy 28.7. Already Jacob's pulling out half a second on the rest of the field, it looks like.
A more leader comes across the line in the Williams with 128.2, so just slightly faster than the Aston Martin. So with the 3 DRS sections across around Bahrain, it's one of the only Grand Prix, there's a couple of Grand Prix throughout the calendar, but having the 3 DRS sections here, do you think it's going to improve overtaking, or do you think a lot of people are going to be struggling in a DRS train today?
You could see it maybe Sector 1's going to down into turn 1's really your main overtaking spot with the DRS, but it's going to allow guys, into turn 11 have a little look. But if guys just aren't quick enough that are stuck in behind, that's just going to allow a DRS train to happen. And we could be seeing five, six guys now being held up in the middle of the pack and letting the leaders get away. So it'll be something to keep an eye out for in the middle of this race if it does develop.
Yeah, and it's one of them that you don't want to get in a DRS train, because then obviously it's going to make the strategy very, very difficult to choose when and what time, what lap to come in. Man, let's watch out for is, I would say, Cruz. He didn't have such a good run into the first race today with socials. He was pretty struggling throughout the socials. Do you think we'll see him bounce back and get the result and the performance that he thinks he's got under his belt?
Yeah, definitely. Pre-season, I think he'll tell everybody himself it just wasn't what up to his kind of standard. And I think now we'll see season kicks off. He's going to really push for it. We know he is going to be in championship contention, going by his pace. So hopefully he'll be one to look out for going towards pole position tonight. If that is the case, then we could be seeing, well, someone's definitely going to try the challenge for a drivers' championship.
Did you want to take the viewers around the track? Just coming up to sector end of sector 2 now with Cruz.
Yep, so as we are on board with Cruiser, if I can find him quickly. Just down in towards turn 11 after the DRS and go slowly through the left-hander up towards the tricky right-hander of turn 13. And turn 14 now, it is one, but you can lift off as Ad says, but he decides to just brake slightly, gets the exit right, pumps all of his ARS now on the overtake, coming down towards the last two corners. Down towards 14 and 15. 14 rolls the car through nicely. 15's just in nothing corner. It's just about getting on the power now. Getting all the battery that he can. He does run out slightly. DRS is open at 28.5, so that's not a bad setup for Cruiser so far with 10 minutes to go.
Oh, very good lap. That was his second flying lap on them tyres, actually. I'm pretty sure he made a mistake with his first lap. So that's not a bad time. Only 4 tenths off of pole at the minute, with it's Noah in the Alpine who's currently first with provisional pole. He's one of our new gentlemen for this year. Still waiting for Liam and Fishits to do time. Fishits just now going to cross the line. He's used up all his battery. He puts a 28.5. So yeah, with this game this year, there's a lot to do when you're driving. Obviously now we have to manage the ERS, and I know we've been doing it through the socials and we're all getting used to it, but do you think a lot of people are going to find it tricky today now they've got the pressure that it is the first race of the championship using this new type of system?
Yeah, this is definitely, pre-season was all done for testing. Let the guys get used to it. But now this is where the points actually come into play. You could be maybe just using your ERS wrong in the wrong spot. You could near enough lose 3-4 tenths on a certain track just by using your ERS wrong. So these guys need to get the strategy down. Where's the best place to use the ERS? Make sure they don't run out like we have seen a couple of drivers already do coming out of the last corner.
Yeah, so that's everyone apart from Liam, who's done their first 5 laps. Everyone that's going to come out now is going to be able to probably put in another 2 laps. But, with a circuit like this, a late safety car, you're going to want to try and save a set of softs for the race just in case, because they are the crossover point, I think, between the mediums and the softs is pretty high here. Just going to go on board with Gary for his first flying lap. Second flying lap, sorry. See if he can improve from a 128.7. It's coming into turn 1 now. Takes the title line, coming into turn 2. Decides to hug that curb. Turn 3. It's just coming over now, opening the DRS section. Coming into the tricky turn 4. Again, where camber opens up. It's going to push that car to the left-hand side. Foot to the floor. It's coming over to sector 1. Very good, decent sector 1. Slightly up on his time. Pretty stable there by Gary through sector for the end or the beginning of sector 2. Going uphill, there's 2 different lines you can take there. So you can either take the wider line and then cut and back up the hill, or you can do the tight like Gary's just done and make your way up the left hand side curb. Gary's going to get a slight slipstream off that Ferrari coming into the end of Sector 2. Coming up in a minute. So turn 11, turn 12, and turn 13's flat. Coming into turn 14 now. Let's see if Gary brakes. He brakes, yep. Throttle in the brake, feather in the brake, sorry, and throttle. He's going to get a nice little slipstream here. Is the car going to move out of the way? He has slightly moved out of the way. See how Gary does the last corner now. Yeah, it touches that inside curve slightly. It was probably one of the best last corners we've seen so far. DRS wide open, and it is an improvement of nearly 4 temps, 3 temps. And that puts Gary up to, silver side by side, I keep calling him Gary, up to P6.
Yeah, it was a great lap from Gary. You know, I've seen a bit of pace from him in pre-season, but there also has been moments where it hasn't seemed to be right for him. Maybe this is the turn of the books that he needs. You know, we already see this field from P1 down to P15 separated by 6 tenths, so that just shows how close it is. You know, you can improve by a tenth and a half. You could be up 3-4 positions straight away.
Yeah, and the other man who's looking to bounce back is Monkey Boy. The socials have been pretty fair to him. He's been very quick in qualifying, but we all know even last season before, his qualifying pace was a lot quicker than his race pace. So hopefully this year he has a good shot at getting some good results. And his qualifying pace matches his race pace. He's just coming into the last corner now. He's going to be slightly affected by the Ferrari in front. He's going to get a nice little slipstream though. Coming over the line now is a 1:28.2. So it was a very good lap by Monkey. Like I was saying, P4. As then we would have got the first bloke into the 1:27s, which is Noah. So he's got a 2/10 gap to Yorkie. Let's have a look. Let's go down the line. Liam put his first lap in. He went up to P8, a 1:28.5. It looks like he's getting ready to go for another lap. He's not using his battery. Let's have a look. Everyone, I think, now is coming out for their flying laps now. We've got TJ out, Fardo, Hirsch, and Mongo. So far, across grid, TJ's up 3 temps.
Yeah, I was just keeping on board with him there just throughout Sector 1. Looked pretty clean. Yeah, as you say, 3 tenths up through the first sector. So that's already going to put him, well, it's actually not improving so far with just that gap between him and Squid. But, you know, we'll see through Sector 2, time in here. Still at 3 tenths, just under 4 tenths. So still needs a bit more time to find. But we always know that TJ has not been the best in qualifying. His strongest point is always going to be the race. So we could see him start low but finish pretty well in the points here tonight. Bit of a big moment actually out of the last corner. Going to hamper his run down to the line. Is it improvement? Yep, just under 4 tenths, but he does stay P16.
See if anyone else is improving. We've got Bidley up. The big boss man, he's just up by nearly 20 thousandths of a second. He's coming up to the tricky uphill now through the downhill braking of turn 10. Let's see if we can get this right. Yes, perfect. Look at that. Slightly touches it. Doesn't touch it too much. It's going to affect his exit. Decides to keep a more of a straight line coming out instead of going towards the curb. Got up to turn 11 now. Going uphill. Pretty stable through there by Biddle. Come through turn 12 and 13 and 14, sorry. And he's 2 temps up on his time. So in a minute, it's going to put him quite far up the grid. It's going to make him about P8, P7. Let's see how he can have a look. Let's see how he is on his last corner. Yeah, it takes a lot of curb on the inside then. That's going to affect his exit. He's going to DRS wide open, using all the rest of his battery. He goes up to P4. So brilliant last sector by Biddle. Let's put some 3 temps behind. Last corner cross grid. I think it's probably the hardest one of the hardest on the track. Maybe first, apart from the down braking corner, the left of turn 10. It's just the way the corner, you want to take it as fast as you can, but you've got the big high curb on the right, gravel on the left, and you know, if you get on that curb on the left hand side on exit, you're spinning if you do get it wrong.
Yeah, you're near enough between turn 13 and 14, just thinking about when can I start braking, when do I start turning in. We've already seen Biddle, he's taken out a lot of curb. He's got away with it, but he would have lost a bit of time. Normally I find if you can just clip the very tiny bit of the curb, just helps the rotation of the car. You know, that's going to be your quickest way out. It allows the car to just push out left, but the outside curb is not going to be a danger that way, and that will just allow you to gain so much time on that run up to the line. So that's going to be probably where you see a lot of guys gain and lose their time on these laps.
There we go, everyone else coming out now. This will be their last run of the session, so you will see a little bit more traffic on the track. Fish, unfortunately, was slightly down on his time by about 3-4 tenths. Let's see if he's going to take a cool down lap and then go out again. I'm just going to follow him over the line now, just to see if he's caught that up, and he's decided to pit. So everyone's coming out, got Eagle, Jock, Silverside Boys just coming into the end of sector 1 now. Let's see if he has improved on his first sector. He's the only one out there on his on his last flying lap. He has nearly a 10th. Coming down to the tricky turn 8, coming up to turn 9 and 10. Got a car in front. It's going to want to get out of the way. It's going to affect his braking point, which he does. Lovely. Gary takes a lot of curb on that left-hand side. Hopefully it hasn't affected his exit too much. He's using a bit of battery now. A little bit of an overtake button there with the DRS wide open. Decides to take a lot of curb on entry. Gives you that extra track width when you're coming into the corner. Let's have a look. And he did lose a bit of time there, clipping that curb. So he's only about half a tenth up. Trying to keep the car straight. Still got a little bit of battery left to use. Got about 35% left. Coming into the last corner now. Takes a lot of curb there. It's going to launch him over to the left-hand side. Car straight. DRS is going to be wide open, using all his remaining battery. He goes over line. P9 for Gary, and that will be his final lap of the session for Gary. Brownsee's made a mistake somewhere. It was 3 temps up in his lap, and unfortunately he's out now. Got midfield Maestro. He looks like he's improving quite a lot. He's 4 temps up on his lap at the minute. And yeah, go through with midfield Maestro Cosgrave for the rest of his lap. See how he gets on with being 4 temps up.
Yeah, so 4 tenths up. It's going to be quite a good improvement for him, push him up towards that top 3, as we've just seen him go through 9 and 10. Just a bit squarely on the exit of 10. It's going to lose him a bit of time on the run towards 11. Going to keep the car out pretty wide, just trying to get the straightest line through. It's a great line, just a bit late on the power. Just wouldn't be as early as he likes it, getting through 12. But foot to the floor up towards 13. Keeps the car wide, gets it turned in nicely. Nice clip of the curb. It's helped the car rotate pretty nicely. He is going to get a slipstream now from the Aston Martin ahead. That is going to help him just gain that little bit of time towards the last corners of 14 and 15. Using the curb on entry, just misses the curb. It's absolutely perfect from him. Foot to the floor, DRS open. Using all his battery. It's 28 once, P4. Great lap from midfield Maestro.
While he was talking there, we had someone out of the blue coming to provisional pole of the Williams for more leader. 127.6. 3 temps of a gap to Noah, and Noah's down by 4 temps, so he's not going to be able to get it. Got Yorkie, who's slightly up by a temp, so he may be able to get up into P2. Midfield Maestro is finished, and Biddle has decided to retire in the pits. Monkey's slightly up, so this is going to be a very, very tight end of this session. Crossky, who do you think is going to get in the top 3?
Top 3, I think Monkey at the rate he's going should be able to push. He was just under 10th up through the first sector. We'll see a second split now. He's actually lost a 10th and a half, so maybe that's not going to be the case. He needs a great last sector here. It doesn't look like he's going to get any slipstream or any help. He does have his teammate in behind, so TJ will be getting the benefit of this slipstream. Going through the last 2 corners, needs an absolute great exit, just back straight off the lap. So is that just to allow TJ to get a bit of slipstream, as we see TJ now coming across the line with the DRS slipstream from his teammate. The 28.5, so 2 tenths improvement. Good bit of teamwork from the Haas's.
Yeah, so Monkey lost time there. You got Yorkie, who's lost out for play to Cruz. And Cruz had a brilliant qualifying session, like we said at the beginning of the session. Hopefully he can find his form, and it looks like he has, up into P3 with a 28 flat.
Groundsy's the last improvement. Went from P14 up to P9, just a 3 tenths improvement.
So guys, that is it. That is our first session qualifying for this season. under the lights of Bahrain. So there you go, guys. There's our pole position of a more leader in first in the Williams with 127.6 with a comfortable gap of nearly 3 tenths in front of our rookie for this year. It's Noah in the Alpine, and then our very own Cruz in P3 in the Visa Cash RB, 4 tenths off. So anyone there that disappointed you after watching all the socials and doing the socials with me? Anyone there has disappointed you?
Qualifying wise, we always know TJ fish sticks, they're not there, but I don't think should be that low down in P14 and P16 respectively. But we do know they both have the good race pace, so there'll be two guys that keep an eye out for. We know they're in around Gary as well. He'll be able to help them push up towards the top of the field. But bar them, maybe Eagle, he probably looked a bit more of improvement than what he had, although he does have a good bit of pace with him.
Yeah, I was a bit disappointed with Gary. Maybe it's not Gary and TJ really. Maybe it's not their strongest tracks. I'm just going by what I saw on the social. But yeah, Gary didn't look like he had a clean lap in, and I think TJ has obviously suffered the last 3-4 laps that he has done. But let's see. Bahrain's one of their places where it may be a good position to start last, especially how turn one is. You can agree with me. Turn one here is not a very nice corner at the start.
Oh, it's just so tight. You'll see the guys. Normally, the front two are okay under braking, but it's just basically from P4, I'd say back, they just decide to go a touch later on the brakes, and that just they're coming in out of control in such a tight corner. The guys on the outside near enough stand no chance if there is going to be contact made. But hopefully that's not going to be the case, and hopefully everybody's going to be able to get through that turn one to turn three sector tonight.
So, Crossgree, while we've got a little break, can you just take over and just talk to the viewers while I just pop to the toilet very quickly before the race starts?
Not a problem. So just actually looking on the race director here, does look like we're going to have a bit of a mixture of strategy. All three tire compounds are being used at the minute. I will say that, but we do have some guys staying on the softs. I should be a one-stop strategy. I would like to think so. We do have a few outliers. Let's see, this grid should be getting readied up soon. There is now a 3-minute interval between the end of qualifying to the start of the race. So, given that time coming up, surely the lobby host will be getting these guys on grid pretty soon, and we will be able to go through the tires for everybody in the session or watching the stream. As we actually look P4, P5, a great start actually from the two Mercedes guys of Yorkie and Midfield Maestro. They'll be definitely happy with that, especially even with the Alpine guys, P2 and P6. Again, another team that'll be looking to kick on from that qualifying result. They'll be hoping to try to push through together as a team and hopefully not make any mistakes. Maybe try to grab at least a double podium for one of them teams tonight, and be the best way to kick off the new season. That is season 8. As we have finally got the guys on the grid for their formation lap, we will quickly go through tire strategies and let's see. So starting from P20 on the softs is Hirsch in the Ferrari, in P19 is Fardo also on the softs. P18 is Lexus in the other Ferrari is starting on the hards, one of two guys on the grid to do so. P17 is Mongo, P16 is TJ, both of them starting on hards. P15 is Squid, starting on softs. P14 is Fish Sticks. And P13 is Gary, both of them are starting on mediums. P12 is Brett is Cool in the Aston Martin. And P11 is in the McLaren of Eagle.
Yep, thank you for that, Crosby. Taking over for a minute. So in P10, we have our sole PC player of Liam on the soft tyres and the Red Bull. P9, we have Groundsy on medium tyres. P8, we have Jock on softs. Then we got Monkey and Biddle, both in 7-6 on medium tyres. We've got Midville Maestro going bold with a hard tyre, so he's going to be looking to go long. Yorkie on the medium tyres. On P4, we've got Cruise in medium tyres in P3. P2, it's Noah on soft. And P1 is More Leader. So, pretty mixed up tyre strategies here. So, Midfield Maestro and Lexus are going to be sitting duck at the start. So, they're going to be looking for the long game. Obviously, it's Noah is looking to have the first 3-4 laps tyre performance better than More Leader. So, he's going to try and jump More Leader at the start. But yeah, pretty mixed up tyre selection.
Yeah, I was kind of looking through the race director there before they got on the formation app, and a lot of guys were just constantly switching from the hards to the mediums. They didn't know what they were going to do. But it's now really down to More Leader. He does have its nose right behind him on softs. Maybe it's More Leader and Cruiser that will have to work together just to try to not allow its Noah to get away in these first 4 or 5 laps when he does have that advantage.
Yeah, and as you can see, you have got a lot of people weaving this year in this game. Last year you wouldn't have seen this, but this year they've changed it again, made it more realistic. You have to physically warm your tyres up instead of staying in a straight line. I've got a couple of people going invisible here. Noah is pointing his nose like Michael Schumacher did back in the day towards the Williams of More Leader. And now we are just waiting for the lights to go out. It's 1 light, 2 light, 3 light, 4 light, 5 lights. And we are away for the Bahrain Grand Prix, Tier 2. And a very good start by Noah, like we expected on the soft tyres. He's alongside More Leader. More Leader is sticking by his side, coming into turn 1. Who's going to have the cojones? He's got him. We've got a spinner at the background. We've got a Red Bull round. And Noah takes first position, and Brendan's call is out. It's all happening at the minute. Caution, yellow flag. Are we still racing? I think we are. So the Red Bull was Squid who spun round. Gary's going alongside Fish Sticks now. Battling, going into turn 1, end of turn 1, side by side. Oh, a little touch there. Fish Sticks had to back off there. Let's see if he's going to go for the dive on the inside. Yes, he has. And he's cut Gary off, and Gary's Silverside Boy, sorry, it's decided to take the, let's have a look, cross screen going into the downhill braking. Oh, they touch. Very, very dicey by them. Oh, Gary touched him. Oh, we got Williams at the back, and we got Haas crashing round. And we got Williams off Fardo facing the wrong way with broken wing everywhere, all over the track. So yellow flag, sector 2.
Yeah,
so
that was definitely not the start that Gary would have wanted, trying to be battling with Fish Sticks throughout basically most of the second sector. Down towards that turn 9, it just seemed like Fish Sticks just turned in on him slightly. There was always a contact made, and I think that was just a reaction. And behind then that caused Fardo to spin it. And maybe he was just caught out by the contact that was made in front of him.
yeah, and look at this. Most people already used most of their errors up. Especially Jock and Yorkie are only on 35%. Liam's gone for the dive on Yorkie. Oh, he nearly made his seat locked up his front tyres. That's not going to help his front tyre grip either. DRS is now open on the second lap, so we are going to now start seeing some proper overtake. So we've got Monkey. Let's have a look at the. Position change. So Jock's made a brilliant start, up 5 places. Liam's had a brilliant start, up 5 places. And the biggest losers so far are Midfield Marshall and Cruz had a really bad start. He went down to P6 and Biddle in P9. So let's see if these boys can come back later on in the race and make them positions. So yeah, bad start by Cruz there.
Yeah, it's definitely not what he would have wanted, coming from P3 already down to P6. And it would have been expected with Liam and Jacob sitting in behind him on the soft tyres, but we allow Yorkie to get slightly away from him. Is bit of a issue, and he's already outside of the magic 1 second DRS. So, he's going to have to work pretty hard to try to get this back in towards that 1 second, as the two guys in front are battling side by side. Both of them will have DRS, it does look like. Yep. We could have a battle between Liam and Yorkie coming into turn 1. Yorkie will look for the inside.
Not just, but yeah, no, he used most of his battery there to defend. So we've got more leader behind with 95%. So he may be going for the move here. He's using a lot of his battery. Got the Aston Martin really close, going to go around the outside. And he couldn't make it stick that extra soft grip of them tyres. Managed to give him a better exit coming out that corner. But it won't be long before these tyres are going to start going off. Brilliant cam review here. And more leaders gone for it on the inside of turn 8. Coming up to turn 9 now and turn 10. Let's have a look. It still goes side by side. Brave by these boys. And more leaders decides to back off to try and do that cut back. And it looks like Koski is going to get him here with the being pressed for the overtake. DRS wide open. Is he going to take him here, or is he going to wait to the main straight? And he's decided to go for the inside. Ooh, bit of lag there by Noah. Got more leader on the inside still, but the top 5 are separated by about a second and a half.
Yeah, crucially for more leader, he's got about 50% more battery than Noah. With this DRS, it looks like Noah is going to stand no chance. The only way he can do it, and it looks like he was thinking about it, was trying to give more leader the lead going into the last corner, but that hasn't happened. There is a bit of contact, but this should be an easy move. But as we go 2 by 2, the Red Bull of Liam, he'll be looking to try to take P1 by the end of this straight. As we have a virtual safety car out on track, which just ruins that battle, and it gives Noah just that little bit of breathing room to get his battery back.
And it looks like Lexus has spun it on the curb coming out of turn 14. And we've got a couple of people in with the pits. We've got Fish Sticks is coming for a front wing change. Monk's decided to go early on the hards. Fardo's getting rid of his soft tyres. Hirsch is having a front wing change. And yeah, so we've had 3 cars there having a front wing change. And these were the guys that were battling at the beginning. So virtual safety car, these soft tyre runners just missed the pits. So hopefully for them, they're going to be wanting to hopefully have the virtual safety cars still stuck on when they come starting the next lap.
It's going to be quite an ask to have an extra half a lap of the virtual safety car. As we say, that goes straight back to green flag racing, as Noah just seemed to be sleeping on it. Jacob's been easily able to get down the inside even before we even look at turn 11. But Noah is going to look back through turn 12 now. Is he going to try to go around the outside or cut back for the inside of 13? That looks like he is going to just stick in behind it of 13. Does get right up the rear wing of that Aston Martin. Does have a bit better exit. Is he going to get the move down in towards 14? Is he just going to wait for the DRS? Looks like he's just going to wait. But the Williams coming in on the left-hand side. Around the outside is more leader. He's getting squeezed. They do make it side by side. So now you've got 2 guys with DRS on Jacob. Who is going to come out of this and the exit of turn 1?
Yeah, it's going to be tight. We've got 5 cars here battling for first place. Jacobs decided to not use any of his battery. Still sticks it around the outside. These 2 guys are on the soft tyres, so they have got that little bit extra grip for now. And Morley's in a brilliant position at the moment in P3 with the medium tyres. And we got someone off in the background. I'm not too sure who that is. It's Biddle. Biddle spun. Yep. He's dropped down to 12th place, so coming out of turn 1 and 2, like we were saying in qualifying. Low traction, unless he's been hit. He's lost the rear end and nearly spun round. But look at this cross ski. P1 to P7, all fighting. All different compounds. Very exciting so far.
Yeah, it looks like probably midfield Maestro will be loving this completely. He's got the DRS train. He can hold with these guys. He's going to eke out that gap on Grindy, just over a second at the minute, especially being on the hard. He's going to be able to go a bit longer, and he will be able to save a bit of tyres and fuel. Doesn't have to push as hard and let these guys just in front battle and just use up all their tyres that they need to.
Yeah, the thing that swings towards people from P2 to P7, they haven't really got to use their battery, because they can use the slipstream and the DRS throughout the lap to keep close to them. And that's what it looks like is happening in a minute. A lot of people are recharging their battery, whereas Noah's got the less amount, which is would be the case because he's leading. But coming into turn 1 now, the Red Bull of Liam got a very good exit there. He's getting a triple slipstream here. Noah's going to defend on... Oh, missed that. Noah has defended on the inside, but he's been overtaken by 2 cars. Has he got the grip coming out of that corner? Yes, he has. So he sticks to P2 at the minute. At least he's going to get DRS now. He's going to be able to defend himself a little bit. But More Leader uses a little bit more battery and very tight. And the Red Bull is going to try and squeeze in there, but More Leader shuts him off. So Jacob is back up into P1 in the Aston Martin. How long do you reckon... Oh, Noah slightly going wide there. How long do you reckon the soft tyre is going to last? 7-8 laps? Do you reckon? About 7-8 laps?
Yeah, I can't see them really getting out much longer on these set of tyres. You know, probably as you're right, 7, 8, 9 laps. Probably going to be them eking it out completely. You probably have to go to the hard tyres to finish this race. But we will soon see in a couple of laps.
And what's happened with all this fighting is that actually Eagle, Garrett, Silverside Boy and Groundsy have all caught this group up. They've actually caught a second and a half, nearly 2 seconds in a lap. So we're actually going to see a 10-car DRS train. So this is where you're going to see who's got the most battery and who hasn't, who can defend. Eagles used a lot of his battery up. He's hardly got any. Gary's got Silverside Boy's got 52% and Groundsy's got 27%. So we're going now, and we've got Noah and Jacob come in.
Jacob has come into the pits, yeah.
Jacob. Yeah, no, sorry, Jacob. So we've got Mercedes nearly on the grass there. He's braving it around the outside. Oh, that's Yorkie. There's a little touch by the Red Bulls. The Red Bull, please give him a little bit extra space. Yes, he does. Good driving by there by Liam and Yorkie. And taking that title line for Liam has compromised his exit. And he still manages, though, to keep up with P3. At the minute, Liam is looking pretty fast in P3.
Yeah, he'd be happy enough sitting where he is at the minute. You know, 70% battery. Just letting the top 2 guys just swap positions throughout this race. But this is going to be the key lap now. They have to respond on to Jacob, who has went onto the hard tyres. So, you know, they can't be losing too much time here battling away. We should be seeing Noah and Liam responding to Jacob by the end of this lap. But I would say Jacob should be able to get the undercut with how much time these guys are losing.
And all that fighting, Kroski, at the front, with Monkey pitting 3 laps before, when he was in P9, 10, he's actually jumped the leader who's just pitted. So pitting them 3 laps extra has gained him a lot of time. So these drivers and the soft tyres are going to have to respond like you said, because otherwise they're going to be behind Monkey, Jock, in between that battle. So let's see if Liam and Noah do pit this lap. We do have Noah in the pit, and Liam's decided to stay out for a little bit more. So that promotes More Leader and Yorkie back up into P2-3. Yorkie's got double slipstream here. He looks like the one who's going to go for the move on the inside. He does go for the move on the inside. Clips that inside curve, giving enough room into turn 1 and 2. Got a little bit of a better exit there than More Leader, due to taking a tighter line. It's a bit stalemate here. We've got Cruz making his way back up the grid into P5. And we've got Gary. So, to be honest, you don't really want your teammate in front of you, because when it does come to pitting, it can muck up your race. Oh, we have a spinner in the background. More Leader's gone off. More Leader lost the rear end. Just called out on stream there. He obviously cuts the curb. Lost it. Lucky enough they went the barrier and didn't lose too many places or time, really. It's only lost a couple of seconds because everyone's fighting, so he's back into P8. But yeah, going back to being teammates, you don't particularly, when you're racing each other, want your teammate in front of you.
No, it's the main battle whenever you're actually racing as your teammate. That's the first guy you think about. Everybody else comes out after. You need to make sure you are the #1 driver in the team. As we see, midfield Maestro and Yorkie. Thankfully for them, though, they are on split strategies, so there's not going to be any double stacking that we would probably see out of the V-carbs of Gary and Cruiser. But we have Liam now into the pits to cover off both of Noah and Jacob. And interestingly, though, Noah is going for the 2-stop. Yes, he's went soft, and he's just been able to overtake Jacob. So this Will be interesting to see where does Liam come out in this battle. Does he get out just ahead, or does he be able to get in behind them? Looks like he might be able to get out ahead.
It's going to be tight, very tight. He's going to be in between this Aston Martin and this Haas. Oh, he's looked up his face. That take a lot of curb there. The Haas of a Monkey Boy. He's not backing down. A little bit of touch there. Monkey Boy is fighting hard to keep hold of his position. And he's lost out. Liam's tyres now starting to get up into tyre temperature window. Gary now has lost a little bit of pace from Cruz at the moment. He's dropped back to 1.2 behind, 1.3. So he's now going to come under pressure from the McLaren of Eagle, Groundsy and Moore Leader, who unfortunately spun a couple laps ago. So, yeah, Gary's under a lot of pressure here from the three guys behind.
Yeah, it just seems like he doesn't have the same pace of his teammate at the minute. He was happy enough in the train, but now that train's just broken up. It seems like now he's just going to start holding up Eagle and Groundsy. This could be interesting. Does Eagle try to get the move done into turn 1 here? Gary locks up in front. Eagle gets a far better run, especially with his DRS. As we see Gary, is he going to pit? Yes.
Very early. So 8 laps. Very early.
2 stoppers around.
So we've got 3 people in. So the tyre deck here, if that's the true tyre deck, is very, very high here. 9 laps for mediums and 7 laps for the soft. So it's yeah, maybe starting on hards is the way to go.
Well,
maybe Midfield Maestro has pulled something out of the bag here by starting on the hards. But yeah, it was a bit of a weird one. Only 9 laps for the mediums.
Yeah, it's definitely a lot shorter than what we did think. We knew the softs were probably only going to get 9 laps at absolute most. When we seen them soft runners come in, we thought maybe give it an extra 4 or 5 laps. But definitely didn't think that the mediums would be coming straight away and after them. So maybe we are looking at a 2-stop race, and maybe it's only Midfield Maestro that maybe Jacob are the only ones that we're going to really see up top on the 1-stoppers.
Well, it does look like it's the 2 stops because Gary's gone back out on mediums, so he's going to have to be forced to make another stop anyway, which probably would be the soft tyres around lap 20. So yeah, tyre date looks a little bit higher than what I expected, but it's a good indication for their Tier 1 drivers, if they're tuning in tonight, what type of tyres to start on. But yeah, like you were saying, got Noah and Liam still fighting, about a second between them. These are our net leaders, still 3 in abreast, but Jacob's decided to go on to hards. Still got moved here. Monkey in York, he's decided to pit also, but he's decided to go on hard. He's a bit slow getting off. Just sure what's happened there. Oh no, it's just a game. But yeah, Yorkie's decided to go for another stop on the hards. That's going to be a 1-stopper for him. Biddle's made his way up to P5 after that spin, and Monkey's fighting with Jock here. Loads of room is given. Jock nearly cut him off there. Monkey is very experienced driver, so he knew when to back off there. He didn't get DRS on Jock, so that is him in P9. Let's have a look. Not much action at the minute. Everyone's pretty much spread out now after the first set of hits. And yeah, not going very well at the minute and we have a spinner somewhere, and we've got Squid at the back. Turn 1 and 2, it's taking the spin. But yeah, TJ down 17th, struggling.
Yeah, it's definitely not like him. We know he did have to make a very early pit stop. I think it was maybe lap 2 that he had to make a pit stop. He must have had damage then, and it just seems like he's not been able to get into this race whatsoever. How spread out the field is at the minute, you definitely need a safety car to even think about getting points. But we were saying about Noah and Liam being net leaders. If Midfield Maestro is on 1-stop, then you're near enough looking that Noah and Liam have to gain, 13 seconds on a guy that's going to be on mediums most likely when he does pit. That's going to be quite a tough call.
Yeah, I think if Midfield Maestro pits, just say in 3 laps time, he's going to be, let's have a look, let's bring it up, see how far behind they are. So Liam and Noah must have had a problem, because Liam's passed him, which Liam was about 2 seconds behind a minute ago. But about 16 seconds. So what would you say a pit stop round here is? 25 seconds, would you say, in total? 25?
Yeah, I would say probably in around the 22, 23 is probably roughly where I would say it is.
Yeah, so midfield marshal is going to have about a 10-second gap, I would expect, by the time he pits. 10-second penalty for Squid. And Squid's decided to retire in the pits. His day has ended, unfortunately. Yeah, so midfield marshal, yes, he's going to be on the faster tyre. He's going to have a lot to do, though. A lot to do. But I'm pretty sure these guys, they're going to have to go on mediums. They're not going to be able to go to the end. The thing that midfield marshal's got, if he wants to go on softs, he's going to have to drag it out to lap 20, I would say, just to be safe. So it's just depending on what tyre he decides to go on.
Seconds, and I'll be back.
So Cruz has decided to pit. So he's had enough of his medium tyres. And let's see if it's a quick stop by Cruiser. He's gone for the hard tyres. And I believe it's a quick stop, but this game is a bit laggy sometimes. So let's see where this puts him out. He was in around P3, P4 before he pit. And look at all the positions he's lost and all the overtaking he's got to do now. And a lot of fighting here by the Red Bull of Silverside Boy, Yorkie and Jock, all fighting for position here. And you've got the Aston Martin getting passed now by Monkey. Monkey up to 4th place, so he's having a good second half of this race. This DRS train that he's been in has helped him a lot.
Oh, contact between Cruiser and More Leader. Sorry to cut in there. Just turned 4. There is contact.
Oh dear.
Looks like More Leader. I don't know if he got fully spun, but I did see a half spin from him. That's demoted him all the way down to P13.
Not good. Not good for him. So that's 2 spins now he's had. So that would have taken him out of contention for the win today. Shame for Cruz. He would have lost a couple of seconds there. But like I was saying, cross screen got a 4-way battle here for P4 in a minute, and Monkey's the one who's on the move.
Yeah, definitely, especially with the heart. We have better contact between the two guys towards turn 12. Yeah, especially with 9-lap-old hards against the fresher set of mediums and fresher set of hards on Jacob. You know, I didn't think he'd be able to hold on to this much, but it does look like he's still got a bit of pace in that Haas. Especially now, he will be able to save up a little bit of battery sitting in behind Jacob now, getting the DRS. I don't think he'll be close enough to make a move. But if he's smart, he can maybe just sit in behind this lap, just like Jacob, pull him along. And towards the end of this race, when these guys do have to make another stop, you know, that's when it's really going to come into effect. We see Gary going down the inside of Monkey. Does give space around the outside for Monkey to try to make it, but thinks better of it. Backs out of it, lets Gary get through.
Yeah, Gary's got to make these moves quick and try and build a gap. He's one of the ones who we think is going to have to pit again, but Monkey goes down the inside. I don't think Gary expected that. Monkey still lost. Oh, and Gary pushes him wide. That was naughty there by Gary. Naughty, 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 naughty. I don't think Monkey would be happy with that at all. Yeah, not a very good move there by Silverside. He may have lost the rear end, but proper brown pounce moment for Monkey there, cross screen.
Yeah, Monkey definitely probably wasn't expecting Gary to come all the way over from the left to try to cover him off. But, you know, they both got through it. Interestingly, we look at this top battle. You know, these two guys, fresh softs. The problem is they're battling together, though. They're not working together the way they should be. I know they're not teammates, but at this stage of the race, they need to work in a 14-second gap. And battling their way through it is not going to work. So at this rate, midfield Maestro can sit out front pretty happily, conserve these tires till lap 20, put on a set of mediums, and that does him to the race end, barring no safety cars or red flags.
Yeah, it's I think this race is in his hands at the present moment, but it's all just dependent on when he pits and what traffic it gets up to. You've got Jock and Gary is still fighting. Gary's going up for P4 now, so he needs to now push as hard as he can and try and build a gap. He will have to pit again, and that's going to drop him down to around P13, P14, unless he can make them last. I do not know, but going by what everyone did in the first stint, I think, well, he's got to pit again actually, sorry, my bad. He went on both sets of mediums. So, yep, he's going to be forced to pit again. Got Yorkie sitting comfortable in a P6, 4-lap old tyres. So eventually he will have the better tyre life to attack Jacob and Silverside Boy, and even maybe Noah and Liam, because they are going to have to pit again. P8, we've got Eagle and Groundsy. We've got Cruz in P10 after his little gift with More Leader, who's making his way back from P11. Fish Sticks. So let's talk about Fish Sticks. He's done a very quiet race so far. Had to pit early, have a first long stint. Short first stint, sorry, and he's had to pit on the mediums. Had to have a wing change, but yeah, very quiet race from him so far.
Yeah, it's kind of weird to say. I did have him as one of the guys that will show the pace in the race. It just hasn't meant to be. You know, he has had to pit lap 5 to get off the mediums onto the hards. So, you know, maybe later on in the race, if we get a safety car, you know, that's maybe where he will shine. But barring that, maybe he'll be able to get points. But it's going to be a tough ask trying to bring these hard tires to the end of the race.
So we're just going back up the front now. Midfield Marshall still going around 15 lap old hards. We've got Liam and it's Noah in P2, P3 in the Red Bull and the Alpine. Both on the set of soft tyres, so they will have to pit again as they started on the soft tyres on the first stint. Around 13 to 14 seconds behind Midfield Maestro. But once these two pits, they are going to probably go round to where Fish Sticks and Mongo is right now. Yorkie's managed to pass 2 people in the last lap since we was talking about Fish Stick. So he's made his way up to P4 with Gary in P5 and Jacob in P6. Monkey's still there. He's hanging on. He's just behind. He's dropped off the Silverside and Jacob battle up in front, but he is clinging on to Eagle and Groundsy behind him. We've got Cruz now making his way back. He's caught up second in the last couple laps. He's made his way up into P10, just behind Groundsy now. So we're going to have a bit of a DRS train coming up. So let's have a look what Eagle does here. He's got a little bit better exit than Monkey. Monkey is on older tyres, but Monkey does have, he's got less battery, but he's got slipstream here. Groundsy's decided to, open up his battery, DRS wide open. He's gone for late braking. Little glitch there. And Groundsy does pass a Monkey Boy. Very laggy car there by Groundsy. Eagles is still managed to stay in P6. P9 is Cruz, but there we go. Across we got it's Noah. It's decided to jump the gun and go onto the mediums in P13.
Yeah, he was struggling out of the last corner. I was on board with him. It just seemed like he didn't have any more traction or any life left on them soft tires. He's decided to bite the bullet, get onto the mediums now till the end of this race. Liam will always have to respond now, which is just going to give Midfield Maestro near enough a 20-second advantage to the rest of the field. When he has to pit again, you know, he's going to have the tire advantage on everybody else on that field. He comes out by P3, P4 at that stage. So, you know, Noah now really has to take advantage of this fresh rubber pretty quickly, try to battle through a lot of guys, but it is going to be a tough ask. He'll only have about 2 or 3 guys that he'll be able to jump, maybe, before the rest of this field pit.
Yeah, so if he pits now, he's going to be around P7, 8. But what is the crossover on the hard tyres? What's 7 lap old hard tyres compared to a fresh set of medium or softs? We know unless it's on the straight, sector 2, quite difficult to pass. And he's got another 2 laps yet, and we know by lap 9 them soft tyres are rubbish. So it's kind of like a win-win situation at the minute. Is he going to go on the mediums? Is he going to stick on the softs? Is he going to be able to pass the people cleanly, as they're all in their own little battle at the minute?
Well, crucially, Liam has came out in front of it's Noah, and he's been on the hards. And I don't know about yourself, but I found the hards to be very consistent tire this year. You know, they're pretty an even wear rate throughout the whole stint. So should be able to see as Liam actually
Oh,
picks up a 3-second penalty, a big wobble on the exit as Noah makes a move on Mongo. Yeah, just going back to it, it seems like the Hards are able to keep up a good pace throughout the whole stint. So, maybe these guys we just made a complete wrong call on the strategy of the two-stopper. And the one-stopper, for now, looks like clearly the way to go.
yeah, it does. It does look like hard is probably the best tyre to start on. Personally, I don't know about you, but it does look like the people that started on the hard tyre, or even the mediums, try and stay off that soft. But the two-stopper does not look like it's worked out. You've got Silverside Boy now down in P14 on the hard tyres. You also got Cruz is pitting after 6 laps. Has he got wing damage? Let's take a look. That's very strange. The only thing I can think of is pitting because he's got wing damage.
No?
Oh.
Well, he's sacrificing a lot of track position just to put on a fresh set of mediums. The Hards would have definitely made him to the
That
end,
was
I would have thought.
weird. Yeah, so would I. That was a weird one there. 6-lap old tyres going in. So, yeah. I'm not too sure on that one. Yeah, going back to... we have more leader in... he's in the gravel. And where's he going? Where's he going? Because he's got cars coming in front of him. Come out just in front. So, yeah, not a very good Grand Prix by more leader. Started up the top today. 3 spins. Yeah, maybe the pressure got to him too much. But yeah, going back to strategy-wise, Goski, it's a good indication for other people in Tier 1 who are racing. That it looks like medium to hard or hard to medium is probably the best option right now.
Yeah, and as we say, that midfield maestro has decided it's time to get these Hards off him. And interestingly, though, he is going on to the softs. We did say that the wear rate is pretty similar between the softs and the mediums by the earlier pit stops, so these should be handy enough to get him to the end. Especially with the lighter cars, should be allowing him to get straight through this field and retake P1, especially with guys like Jacob having to pit again.
And there we go, we have midfield maestro, like we were saying, he's gone on the soft tyres, he's got 9 laps to catch up 6.5 seconds to Yorkie, so it's going to be a big ask, don't you think?
Yeah, it's going to be a big ask, but he will have the advantage. The main thing for him, though, is to get through these 3 guys in front as quick and clean as he can. He can't be affording to lose time with these 3 guys. And we actually have TJ, it looks like, spun it on the last corner. Yeah.
Yeah, not too sure what Cruz was doing. I don't know what's happened. He was running smoothly, decided to pit, and then retired in the pit. So I'm not too sure what's happened there. But, yeah, let's continue. Bit of a weird one. But, yeah, midfield marshal P5. He's already overtaken Eagle, I think, here. Yeah, so he's up into P4. Like you were saying, he's already caught up a 1.5 nearly in 1 lap.
Crucially for him, he needs to get past Jacob on this straight, which it looks like he should be doing. But then again, Jacob is using his battery to defend. We could be seeing a 3-way battle in towards turn 1 now. See all these guys dumping their battery, and Brownsy will have nothing to fight with. There's only 14%. So both now, Jacob and midfield maestro, both DRS open, both should be able to get past Groundsy before he can get to turn 1. As we say that, though, Groundsy's been able to hold them off, so Jacob, only one goes down the inside. Bit of contact. That is going to allow midfield maestro just cut down the inside of turn 1, get past Groundsy, and he will have the DRS now up towards turn 4. So this should be a new, as he gets that move done. Yeah. So 4.4 seconds. He's already gained near 2 seconds on Yorkie in 1 lap. So going by that pace, this should be done and dusted by what, lap 24?
Yeah, so this rate midfield marshal will catch up Yorkie, and probably I would say at this rate maximum 3 laps time. But the man who's pressed me so far, we've got all
car in the wall, it's Biddle. There's also
big
the V car of Gary.
Oh, they've come a cropper. Oh dear, no front wing for Gary. It's all destroyed. That is going to be the end of Gary's Grand Prix right there. He's going to have to pit now. He's got no end plate on either side, and most of his left-hand side wing gone. Not very good, but they've come a cropper somewhere. Biddle's also missing part front wing. Yep, not a first Grand Prix. Good for Silside Boy and Biddle. But back to the front, you've got the two Mercs chasing each other down. Got Yorkie and midfield Maestro setting the fastest lap. It's 360 behind, caught up a second that lap. And in the background, we've got Eagle taking over a Jock for P3. What a brilliant race he's having so far with Eagle. I'm pretty sure he's one of the ones, yeah, he's gone up 8 places so far today. So he's having a brilliant race. Let's have a look at penalties. Got 3 and a 13. Morley's got 13. Got a little contact there by Eagle and Jacob. So Jacob is fighting so hard for this P3. Be a good confidence booster for him. Getting a podium in the first race of the season. Got another yellow flag in the
Safety
background.
cars out on track. Fardo off the last corner.
Fardo, Morley nearly hit him. Not too sure what Fardo Morley is doing. And got a safety car.
This is the last thing Midfield Maestro wanted. He got away with not having any early safety cars that allowed their strategy to work, but now he's going to allow everybody in behind him to put on a new set of softs, or at least a slightly used set.
And we missed that. It's Noah has got a drive-through penalty. Dear, oh dear, oh dear. So that is his race wrecked. But what are you going to expect now? Everyone to come onto soft tyres? It'd be stupid for them not to.
Yeah, even if they don't have a set of softs, onto a new set of mediums, that'll get them to the end, no problem. But this is just ruined Midfield Maestro now. He near enough will half the box just to try to cover off something and get P2. So he has kept that gap to his teammate now. He'll be hoping this Mercedes crew.
Midfield Maestro is pitting. He's going to get stuck behind his teammate here. Obviously coming in for fresh softs, but he's going to lose a couple of seconds here waiting.
Give us the right call.
Pretty quick actually. Yep, so Yorkie, fresh softs, and let's see, does he lose any space? Brownsy's pitted. So this is going to be an entertaining last 6 laps of this race. Brilliant from Monkey. Monkey decided to go on mediums. Got no on mediums, Liam on mediums. Got Mongo Fish 6 on soft. Got Hirsch is P8 on 18 laps, so he's pitting now. But what this does also, this brings TJ back. We haven't seen TJ at all this race. So he's going to be absolutely over the moon to able to catch up this group in front and see if he can get in the points position. That'll be a fantastic target for him to grab if he can. It's going to be tough, isn't it? I can't even pick a winner at the minute.
No. God knows what's going to happen. Probably the 5 laps of racing that we're going to have left once this safety car does come in. But we were talking about a driver earlier on a Fish Sticks. We said he needed a safety car. He's got that safety car. Now he's P10. You know, he's still got pace in this car. You know, he could still make up a few positions. Maybe even sneak it out of top 5. To be a possibility. But, you know, one I'm probably looking out for is going to be Eagle. He seems to have picked up a lot of pace there in the last 5 laps. So if he can keep that trend going, then, you know, maybe he's the one to go for the win tonight.
Yeah, it's going to be an exciting part or end of this race. The only thing that worries me is most of the grid's on soft. Everyone's going to be absolutely at the limit. They're going to be driving as hard as they can to try and get that position at the end, and that is my main worry going into turn 1 and for the rest of the Grand Prix. So hopefully, fingers crossed, people keep it clean. Yep, I've again, like I was saying, I'm very impressed by Monkey. Only got a couple, but he was a bit worried, I think, with his pace this year. But so far, so good for him.
Yeah, it's been a great drive from Monkey, from where he was starting off to where he is now, you know, P7. But yes, he had to make that early pit stop. He's been able to make that work. So he has up into P6 at the minute. The problem is with him, he is on the mediums, but give that a couple of laps and that'll turn into his advantage pretty quickly. He'll be one to look out for towards maybe lap 27 or lap 28, 29 towards the end of this race.
We've still got TJ at the back. He is trying to catch up this group. He was over a minute behind, but let's see if he pits on softs. Does he pick for softs? No, so he's going to stay out on mediums. So he's one of 4 drivers that's out on mediums. Maybe he hasn't got enough soft tyres left. So let's see. See what happens. Yeah, unfortunately we didn't catch the situation with Gary and Biddle, but this isn't the first time these two have collided. They've collided a couple of times during the socials.
Yeah, there was the collision, but unfortunately, though, Biddle had came back on track, and I think it was Hirsch and Fardo. Just the closing speed was too much. Both of them got the wing damage just between the speed of Biddle and them arriving on the scene. That hampered their chance. That's why they're so far down now. So it's so unfortunate. 4 cars really getting damaged in the one incident. But you know, there's still a chance here for Gary, Biddle, Hirsch. Try to get some decent points out of these last 5 laps.
Yeah, and what this does, everyone being on soft, any of the top 5 people at the minute can be a winner. So, but it is all in Yorkie's hand. The only thing that goes against Yorkie is that he's going to have people close behind him, and they're all going to have full battery, and they're going to have DRS. So it's going to be an entertaining last 5 laps, I think. Is the safety car staying out? It looks like it's staying out. Another lap.
We might get a very late call here with Fardo just about to get the pack. So Yorkie and midfield Maestro do have to, as we say, there's the call. Yorkie did keep that in mind. It seems like he was waving pretty hard on them soft tires, trying to get the temp up. So does he try to catch out his teammate, or will there be communications to try to get them both going at the same time and catch out Jacob?
Well, at the minute, if he goes now like he has caught his teammate out, so he has got that little bit of a gap. But midfield Maestro has got the slipstream on Yorkie. Anyone here that's had a good start? Looks like everyone's in single. Since the safety car still out on my screen, we are racing, aren't we?
Yeah, it's just a visual glitch. That will go after in the next lap.
So yeah, it looked like single file. It looked like everyone didn't really have the start they wanted. We've got a move here. Monkey and Noah are fighting. Monkey still stays out in front of him. Oh, Monkey maybe not. He's gone a little bit wide. Noah has taken that position, and now he's under pressure from fish sticks. Jock has had not so good start. Let's have a look. He's in P3, so I had it in the wrong timing, so it looked like he was 2 seconds behind. He's not. He's about 8 tenths behind midfield Maestro. Eagles P4. We've got Groundsley P5, Lee in P6. P7 is Mongo, P8 is Noah, P9 Monkey, and top 10 is Fish Sticks. Got Gary just behind Fish Sticks now. He's going to want to try and get as much points as he can. We've got Move at the back. We've got more lead than Hirsch fighting. Got TJ here fighting with Fardo. Fardo is on the soft tyres. Fardo's going to go for the move. That's a very risky move, but they keep it clean. Good boys. Is Fardo going to go for the lunge here, but at the top we've got midfield Maestro fighting his teammate, and he is using most of his battery. He's got a little bit less than Yorkie. DRS is still not open yet. Midfield Maestro decides to keep it another lap. So has Yorkie got it in him to keep his teammate behind? Midfield Maestro's been fast all Grand Prix. Started up there and on the hard tyres, and midfield Maestro's gone for the move. That's a bit of a weird one there. It looked like Yorkie had a brilliant exit, but he didn't.
Yeah, it seems to have happened a few times tonight that I've seen that it just seems like the cars aren't doing what they kind of should be doing, as midfield Maestro makes a bit of a mistake on the outside. That's allowed Yorkie back through. But crucially, Biddle and Silverside Boy, they've made contact earlier, and now they're going to be fighting for the last position points whenever Noah has to make his drive-through penalty, which has to be served either this lap or the next lap.
Yeah, great. Oh, Gary's hit the back of Monkey there, and then he outbroke himself. He went on the curb, and we all know what that curb's like. Can't get on that one. But he's very lucky there that he didn't spin Monkey around. Just got it stopped just in time and kept his wing intact. Just got to be patient, especially with him being on that soft tyre. Looks like Yorkie's pulled a little bit of a gap, about 5 attempts, but I'd expect midfield Maestro to use most of his battery now. We've got Jock waiting in the background to see if something happens up front. DRS is going to be open at this lap, I believe. So the end of this straight, yeah. So DRS is open. Midfield Maestro is not pressing the overtake button at the moment, so he's going to save it. And same with Yorkie. Jock had a little nose there. You've got Eagle and Groundsy just in the background. You've got Gary fighting Fish Sticks down the main straight. And Gary pulls over to the front of Fish Sticks. Monkey is on the outside. Monkey makes a move. Stick. Monkey up into P9. Brilliant move there by Monkey and Gary. And now we've got Biddle now going on the inside of Fish Sticks. He's gone for the move. Fish Sticks turns in and they collide. They hit each other. That's gone. Biddle's now gone down to P12. A little bit, not much room was given there by Fish Sticks. Back up the front. Everyone separated by 2 seconds.
So with what, 2 laps to go towards the end of this next lap, you know, when did the team orders start getting thrown out the bin? We already seen Midfield Maestro not use his DRS on the pit lane DRS straight, so he's just going to save up his battery for one last attack on Yorkie. But Yorkie's thinking the same thing, and he's saving up his battery to try to defend it. So this is, maybe they're trying to somehow push away from Jacob, but that's not going to happen with only being a half a second behind. And Eagle just sitting in the wings waiting for something to happen, waiting to prey on it. As we have them. Will Midfield Maestro go for the move this time round, or will he just sit in behind his teammate and try to get him down on the last lap?
Yeah, is he going to think about the win, or is he going to think more about the constructor points? The last thing you want is for you two to collide when you're running P1 and 2. It'd be a good start for Mercedes to get a first and second here on the first Grand Prix. We've got Liam making a move on Mongo. That's him up into P6. Jock's still waiting in the wing here. He's just lagging a little bit behind, but he does have a lot of battery. He has got nearly 80%, but for Maestro and Yorkie have got around the same ERS. Yorkie is going to have to try and have the best couple sectors of the Grand Prix now to try and keep his teammate behind, because his teammate is going to go for that move at this lap, because that will be the only opportunity apart from the other DRS sections to get a clear run-in for P1. Got Silverside Boy and Fish Sticks still fighting there down in P8 and 9, but we will stick with the top 5 who are battling for the win here. Just like Yorkie has made a little bit of a gap, but it's not as much as last lap. Midfield Maestro does go a little bit wide, but 5 tenths behind. But Jockey's in a very good position here to use most of his battery up, and he may be able to get the jump on Yorkie too if they can continue to be this close.
Crucially though, Yorkie's got 6 tenths, so maybe is that going to be enough to try to hold off his teammate? Midfield Maestro's had a shocking exit as well, so he's already lost another 10. Has Yorkie been able to get away with this? He is burning his battery. Midfield Maestro, sorry, is trying to save some of his, so is he going to try and go for a move down in towards turn 11?
There we got Jock
behind.
Keep calling him Jock. It's Jacob. Jacob got a brilliant exit there. He's going to put Midfield Maestro under a lot of pressure. He's going to use all his most of his battery here. Is he going to go for the move? No, he's decided not to. Midfield Maestro looks like he is suffering now with the tyre wear. We've got some more moves. We've got Mongo and Liam, Bidley and Fardo, Bidley and Monkey Boy. We're staying up the top there. Jacob got the fastest first sector, but he's under pressure now from Eagle. Is Eagle going to snatch that 3rd place from him? It's going to be very tight, but Midfield Maestro looks like he's conceded a little bit. Fish Sticks has crashed. Oh no! Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. How has he crashed out? I don't know, but
more contact between Fardo and TJ. Fardo has hit Fish Sticks' parked car.
Oh dear, but we're coming up to the last couple of corners now of our Tier 2 race in Bahrain. It looks like Yorkie has got this in the bag for the Mercedes and his first race back for FPRL. Let's have a look. Is he going to have a clean last exit? Yes, he does. Well done, my friend. He's going to come across the line. P1 and P2 for Mercedes, and Yorkie takes the win. P1. Then we Midfield Maestro P2. Jacob P3, P4 is Eagle, brilliant drive by here. And then we got 2 kicks out, P5 and P6. Liam comes across P7. Gary comes P8. Monkey, brilliant drive P9, more leader. Gets his penalty done. Bidley takes P10 in the end. 11th, more leader, or Hirsch, 11th in the end, more leader. Oh, it's going down. So TJ P12, Fardo P13, more leader P14, and it's now P15. What an entertaining race that was, guys. Yorkie takes the win. It's nice to see him back racing. That's going to be a good confidence boost for him for the rest of the season. Bahrain is a tricky track, and what they say is if you can, I've lost my words now.
If
I
you
can't
can do
remember
it
what I was
here,
going to
you can
say.
do it anywhere. We'll
That
say
was it. That's what I was going to say. That's what I was going to say. Yep. So Merck take the 1-2. So that has kicked them off for the season. Watching Yorkie just lift the trophy. And Crossgrave, if you can be so kind and invite the top 3 in, and we can have a little interview from them. Yep, so that's it, guys. That is our order of the day. The fast lap does go to midfield Maestro. So Yorkie does take the win, first win of the season. Couple of drivers are not going to be happy with the results today, but TJ ended up in P12 in the end. Bidley, but disappointed P10. He was running quite good. Did drop some he did have a couple of iffy moments, especially with Silverside Boy and Fistix. But yeah, entertaining race. And thank you really for Tier 2 for keeping it quite clean. There was a lot of good side-by-side racing there, and I think the stewards will appreciate that. But yeah, we have Maestro in here with us so far. We've just got to wait for the rest of the gents to come in. We got Yorkie. And
Don't think we'll get Jacob in just due to being on PC. It might not allow him in.
okay, well, not too sure if Jacob's come in. Oh, so Jacob's mic doesn't work. So let's go to, if you do RP2 man in the Merc, if you can be so kind.
Yes, no worries. So,
And can you make sure your party audio is included, please? I don't know how it works anymore. Can't remember.
so midfield P2. Start off with qualifying P5. I think it was. I think that was the best you could get out of that car. I think there was a bit more time to find. Yeah, I think you were one of the only one or two that were starting on the hards, looking to go for that one stopper. But do you feel like this was one that would maybe have been stolen away from you with that late safety car? At that stage, you were already catching Yorkie. I think we had you predicted about lap 24. You would have had Yorkie right in your sights, being on the fresh softs. It wasn't going to be much of a battle. But obviously, that safety car had to come in and give Yorkie the bailout card and give the rest of the field the bailout card. So do you think maybe just got a bit unlucky with that one?
I don't know. It's hard to say. But yeah, we didn't get that sort of finish. Unfortunately, we all had to jump onto new softs. I thought it's best I jump onto new softs as well, um, rather than stay out. So I risked the double stack because I thought, oh, I've got 2.5, 3 seconds behind, so I should get out in front in second still, despite the double stack. And yeah, so I didn't want to race Yorkie. I thought under DRS was going to swap DRS. We had a little kind of side by side into turn four, I think. Um, and then I had a little wobble and then let him back through. And I thought, okay, we'll just hold station now because if we battle here with, we have cars behind who are quite quick as well, might get involved as well. So yeah, no, congrats to Yorkie and the rest of the. Can't remember who was third now.
Jacob?
Jacob.
Yeah, we did see Jacob and Eagle right up the two gearboxes of these Mercedes cars. So he's played the team game pretty well there, as you say, just held station, make sure of the 1-2. So congratulations on that. Next week is Australia. How do you feel about that one?
Yeah, it's a track that I've not liked in the past, but when this game seems a bit better because the cars are a bit more responsive. Yeah, looking forward to it. A lot of DRS in. Um, yeah, we'll see how it goes.
Well, congratulations on a great drive from P5 to P2. Just unlucky with the safety car coming out, but still a great, well worked drive. So congratulations, Barry.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, congratulations on your P2. So we'll go to the main man, Yorkie. First race, technically back for us. Took a bit of a breakout last year. How do you feel?
Not too bad. Not too bad as you can probably expect. Uh,
Did you expect this result today? If
Absolutely
you was
not.
doing
Absolutely
absolutely
not.
not. No.
No, I went in TT for a few laps beforehand, just to get a decent-ish setup. And I look at the TT times and I was well off what the rest of the guys were doing, so I was maybe points and back into the points, but yeah, after quali, I wasn't expecting to be that high up, so I thought there's maybe a chance of getting some decent points, but yeah, around one of my
Yeah,
worst tracks, I'd say I'm not a big fan of Bahrain. I wasn't expecting to be even up for there for a podium, to be honest.
he kept it pretty clean for the first part of the race. Coming into the second part of the race, I think he was one of the longest ones on their medium tyres. Were they junk at the end, or was there a little bit more life left in them?
The mediums are the hards.
Mediums.
Medium, no, they're pretty much dead. I mean, I was staying behind. Maestro was doing me a solid and give me DRS each lap, but I thought that'd be the lap where I fell off. So I pit and I thought 17 laps on the hard should be doable. And yeah, when the safety car came out, um, I thought this is it. This is it where I go into the softs and I get swallowed up and end up DNFing. But yeah, thankfully, at least from my perspective, it was all sort of respectable and people giving each other space. Don't know, I might be wrong, but yeah, all in all, good result for the team.
Yeah, by the
Uh,
end of the day, that safety car, you must have been absolutely over the moon when that come up in your on your screen because obviously your teammate was chasing you down at the time on fresh softs. Do you believe if that safety car didn't come out, you wouldn't have finished on the top pot?
well, I was in a bit of a predicament because I do think Marshall would have caught me and probably passed me, depending on if his tyres had held on. But I mean, I was happy with the 1-2, and I think whoever was behind Maestro wouldn't have caught up to us. So in that sense, if the safety car didn't come out, I'd have taken a P2. But obviously with the safety car, it throws everything up in the air, and you don't know what's going to happen. But yeah, one first, second, yeah, the team smashed it this week,
Yeah,
so I was going to be well happy. Yeah, on to next week.
yeah, very good result for the Mercs. P1 and P2 for yourselves. Australia next week. How do you think you'll do there? I know you said that you weren't expecting a good result here, but is Australia a track you like? Have you done any laps so far in this game? What's
Um,
your predictions for next week?
I mean, Australia personally is on the other side of the spectrum. I pretty much detest Bahrain, and I love Australia. So by that logic, you would think I'd have a good race, but yeah, you never know. You never know in these races. Hopefully I'm up there again, but yeah, we'll have to see.
Yeah, I just want to say congratulations to you guys. Brilliant race, good fighting all the way through, no mistakes. And on behalf of me and Croskree, I just want to say congratulations to our P3 man. Unfortunately, his mic's not working today, but Jacob, brilliant race up in the Aston Martin, made it into P3 for throughout the whole of the Grand Prix. And he was fighting for the lead the whole Grand Prix. Just fell a bit short at the end. But congratulations to him and Aston Martin. So, yeah, that's the end of the F2 race today. We got our Tier 1 race on a Friday, so please tune in to us at 8 p.m. UK time for a Tier 1 race. And it's me and Croskree signing off, and we will see you next week. Have a good evening, everyone.
Good night.
Oh,
Cheers, lads.
Croskree, quickly, what's your driver of the day?
Driver of the day, Yorkie.
So there you go, guys. Yorkie is our driver of the CoCom's driver of the day. Thank you very much and have a good evening. Bye bye.